Helen and I, who are operating Radio 2 single-handedly today, she wishes this was twice the length. Because the other way of that is, she wish I'd speak for half the amount of time. That's what she means. Please stay with us. Plenty more here on BBC Radio 2, on the Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 1 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. Anticipation builds in Florida as NASA prepares for the countdown to its first moon mission in 50 years. A team of nuclear inspectors heads for the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia power plant in Ukraine, and research suggests statins carry only a small risk of harmful side effects. With about half an hour to go before the scheduled launch of its most powerful ever rocket, NASA is investigating a possible crack in Artemis 1. The rocket is fully fueled for its unmanned test flight to the moon, which will be NASA's first lunar mission in 50 years. But there are also other issues the controllers have to work through before it can take off, as our science correspondent Jonathan Amos reports from the Kennedy Space Center.
The clock continues to count down here at Cape Canaveral as we await the launch of the most powerful rocket the world has seen in half a century. The Space Launch System has been filled with more than 2.7 million litres of liquid hydrogen and oxygen, the propellants that will drive its engines. But controllers have had to work through a number of issues, including investigating what appears to be a crack halfway up the rocket. They've also been having difficulty in getting one of those big engines down to its operating temperature. The big question now is whether there is still sufficient time left today to make a launch. If the rocket can get off Earth, it'll send a test capsule around the moon, a rehearsal for a crewed mission in 2 years' time.
Russia has confirmed that UN inspectors are travelling to the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine and that it will guarantee their safety. The team is being led by the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi. Ukraine's Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, said he thought it was the trickiest mission the inspectors had ever undertaken.
They have vast experience in inspecting nuclear power facilities across the world under the most difficult circumstances, but without an exaggeration, this mission will be the hardest in the history of IAEA, given the active combat activities undertaken by the Russian Federation on the ground.
The Queen has said the UK is standing in solidarity with Pakistan as it responds to the worst floods in the country's history. Exceptionally heavy monsoon rain have triggered flash floods affecting 33 million people, damaging nearly 1 million homes. More than 1,000 people have died. A Norwegian company has announced its first commercial deal to capture carbon dioxide and store it. The technology is being hailed as a breakthrough in the global fight to reduce emissions. Sam Clack reports.
This is the world's first commercial agreement on cross-border transportation and storage of carbon dioxide. It's been described as a major milestone for decarbonising Europe. The plans are to capture CO2 from Yara's ammonia and fertiliser plant in the Netherlands and permanently store it under the seabed off the coast of Norway. In order for it to get there, it'll first be compressed and liquefied before being transported by ship. The chief executive of Shell, one of the joint owners of the company, said the agreement proves carbon capture and storage works and would lead to other deals. The International Energy Agency says the sector is vital to reducing global emissions.
A study has found that statins, which are used to control cholesterol, rarely cause muscle pain. There had been reports that the pills could cause dangerous muscle inflammation, but the latest research involving tens of thousands of patients and published in The Lancet suggests that's very uncommon. Our health reporter Michelle Roberts has more details.
Like any medication, the cholesterol-lowering pills can cause side effects. A very rare but risky one is muscle damage. Doctors already check for this, and it's listed in the patient information that comes with pill packs. Now researchers at Oxford University say most patients can safely stay on their tablets even if they do experience mild muscle aches. That's because more times than not, the pain won't be related to the statin therapy.
Unions involved in a bin strike in Scotland are discussing a new pay deal to try to resolve the dispute, which has seen rubbish pile up in towns and cities around the country. 2/3 of Scotland's 32 councils have been affected. Unions want a deal similar to the one made with council workers in England, which includes a flat rate pay rise of £1,925. And the Red Arrows display team have revealed that they had to end one of their displays in North Wales early after a bird smashed through one of the cockpit canopies, leaving a gaping hole. The incident happened during the Rhyl Air Show yesterday. The Red Arrows commanding officer tweeted that the pilot was a bit shaken, but well and trained to handle such situations. The weather a mainly dry and bright afternoon with some sunshine, especially in western areas, a chance for a few showers or spots of drizzle developing, particularly in Scotland. That's the BBC News at 1:05.
All those stories about the heavens. Thank you very much indeed, Anthony. Well, they're kicking the tyres of that rocket, aren't they, in Florida? We wish them the very best Godspeed, but they're not really thinking about the Vine show. We wanted to bring the launch live as it goes to the clear blue skies.